Hey guys, welcome to Cut Into Wild. Today I'm going to show you how to break down a hind quarter on a deer. This was a doe that my cousin actually shot last week, and he gave it to me. I just got done quartering it up in the shop. I let it hang for a week, let it age a little bit, and now I'm going to break it up. So right here, like I said, you have a whole rear hind quarter of a deer. Right here is going to be your sirloin. And right here is going to be your bottom round. You got your shank right here. We're going to be pulling the top round and the eye of the round out back in here. You'll know that this is one thing that I haven't seen in a lot of videos that I think should be slowed down for a lot of people. You see the ball joint right here. So the side that the ball joint's on, that's going to be the side that the top round is. The side away from the ball joint, so it's going to be the outside of the ham, is going to be the side that the bottom round is on. So the easiest way to do this, and like I said, this is a very easy process. Anyone can do it. All you need is a knife. First thing I like to do is I want to get in there underneath it with my knife, and I want to go ahead and trim back that silver skin. Try not to waste any meat. Get as close as you can. And you might think, oh, I don't really need to do that right now because I'm going to do that later when I'm trimming up. This is actually going to save you time. It's going to help open up these seams, as you can see here. And those seams are what breaks apart the muscle groups. So go ahead and get that back. And you're going to start breaking into that. Now, as you can see, this is one of the seams I'm talking about. This is going to break the sirloin right here away from the bottom round. You can just go in pretty much with your fingers and you can almost break this apart. It's not very hard. I'm almost to the actual femur bone right now. You come up here. You're going to have to use your knife some. Once you do that, you just keep cutting and pulling it apart. And that's why it's important to take that silver skin off a little bit before you get going. So as you can see, the seams are opening up real well. You just kind of slice those away. Just keep following those seams. When you're breaking through that silver skin and the fat and not into any other meat, you know that you're not breaking it apart any of the muscle groups. Cut that back. Pull as you go, it makes it easier. Like I said, it almost does it itself once you get your knife in there. Okay, so right there you think, oh, that's my bottom round. Well, it's not over yet. You have actually one of your best pieces right here. This is like the tenderloin inside the ham. A lot of people just grind this. They don't know it's so good. It tastes like a back strap. You just cut at the seams of that. You could see a real defined seam right there, like it's two muscle groups. You go in there and you slice that away. And as you can see, I have another eye of round. I did it from the other earlier. Like I said, that's like a back strap. It looks like a back strap or a little tenderloin. It's really good. You can grill it. You can do a lot of different things with it. Right here is your bottom round. Of course, you're gonna have to trim all this up. It'll be in a different video. For now, this is just the purpose of showing you how to break it down. So then we take this back. I'm gonna cut all this out. This will make your food taste really gross if you grind this up or do anything with it. Really put an off taste. This is between your top and bottom round and your sirloin. Get rid of that. Alrighty, and you're also gonna have some miscellaneous pieces in here. Like right here is just a little muscle group in between the shank and the top round. And we'll just put that in like a grind pile. And so right here, you have your big sirloin, bottom round. And I know it's that because this is the side of the femur. The ball joint, I mean, sorry. Same thing again, go in there with your knife, peel apart those muscle groups at the seams. You can feel it underneath there. And if you're unsure, just stick your finger in there. And as you can see, I didn't even cut that, but it's given away. That means there's a seam right there. Sometimes it's easier to unhinge it around your joints. That's what's really holding it up. Just peel it back a little bit. So there's your top round. Put it over there with the other one. And here's your rump on the top. Now, when I did quarter this, I did cut into that a little bit, so there's not as much as there usually would, but right there at the top, so away from the shank, that's gonna be your rump. Go ahead and cut that away. Pull it away from that bone. Now, a lot of times you could do a roast with that. Like I said, I messed it up quartering up, so I'll probably just put that in the grind pile. You can always put that in the grind pile if you don't like doing roast. You can do stews with it. You can do anything you want. Just a little part of it. Another roast right here. Miscellaneous grit. Right, like I said, that's just gonna be grind. Okay, so right here, we got the sirloin. So basically, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around that bone. As you can see, he's got his joint right there. I went around that, kind of unhinge it, all those ligaments and everything that's keeping it away from it. That's gonna help it come away from the bone a little better. If you don't do that, it might make it a little tougher to do. And you just kind of work your way around that bone, pull away. Any silver skin that you can't pull away, you just come back in with your knife. Come around that, up to that ball joint. Go ahead and just pull that away. Unhinge it from it right there. And right there, you got your sirloin right there. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. A lot of people just do roast because this is kind of frozen, but what you would see if it wasn't is it would kind of flail open. There's a lot of seams in it. I think the best thing to do with it is roast, jerky, or grind. Just put it back with the other one. Your rounds, your top and bottom round, the best thing that I think to do with them is to go ahead and I like to cut them into slices, 1/2 inch to 1 inch, steak wise, and do tacos. You can also do jerky, you can grind it, you can do whatever you want. But honestly, I think they're tender enough to do steaks if you want them to. Even if you just wanted a steak on the grill, you could. Right here's the shank. You could, if you wanted to, you could always just take a hacksaw and cut it right below that joint, and you could do that as a roast if you wanted to. I don't have a saw on me today. The easiest way that I cut this apart is I look down here at the bone where I cut it off and all the way around it, and I'll go ahead and make slices on each side of it. And then I'll get my knife up in there and I'll just cut around it. That way I don't waste any meat that I don't have to. If I go around that bone, I can kind of go in there a little bit more blind. So pull that shank back. It is attached a lot more than all the other muscle groups on here, so it does take some time. Just gotta be patient. Right there, you got yourself your shank debone. Like I said, roast, whatever you want to do. So thanks for tuning in. If you all have any questions or if you think I left anything out, just let me know. Be glad to answer any of them, any recipes that you want to do on any types of the cuts. Be glad to help you out. Thanks.